So we're in the demonstration of our core series product selection tool. And in the first step, we talked about what we're going to be laminating to. And now for step 2, René, talk us through it, please.
So step 2 is bonding of the material that we have so far. So on one hand, to use our specific example, we have a PU foam and an adhesive, and now we are going to mount it on another material. So the bonding of the second phase to another material. We can classify materials in different levels or classes of surface energy. For example, high surface energy, many materials like metals fall into that. For example, aluminium, copper, also glass is falling into that. And certain plastics like nylon and polyester, which what we call are not difficult materials to bond to. Then we have medium surface energy, which are other types of plastic like ABS, polycarbonate and vinyl, for example, acrylic. Then we have the lower ones, which are starting to get more difficult, are more challenging. And these are typical apolar plastics like polyethylene, polypropylene. And then we have the extra low surface energy materials like silicon materials and PTFE like Teflon, which is a trademark. This information again we can summarize in the selection table, and again on the left we have the 9 different adhesive families, and on the right in the different columns you will see these different classes: high, medium, low, extra low of surface energy.
So René, to make it more concrete, let us go back to the example that we discussed in the first step. So I had dense urethane foam. Assume that I want to bond it to polypropylene. What would you then recommend?
Good idea. Let's go back to this selection table. In the previous exercise we already selected high adhesion rubber and tackified acrylic as the 2 candidate families. Now we add the extra information of the second step that we are going for polypropylene, which is definitely a low surface energy material. So we see there, based on the selection circles, that luckily maybe still high adhesion rubber and tackified acrylic are still suitable candidates for that. So we can still consider both of those for up to this second step of the process.
Okay, that's very clear. But what if I don't know the material I want to bond to?
That will happen quite regularly in practice, that you don't really know all the materials, or it could be a variety of materials. In that case, we would recommend that you take, let's say, the safe option of choosing, I would say, the most difficult material to bond, which is in this case LSE or low surface energy material. And then it would also automatically be suitable for the medium and high surface energy materials.
And that's really interesting, René. So if in doubt, go down the safe route of choosing a low surface energy. So no, that's great. And again, I think we've also illustrated that we're capturing here the 80% of the most common applications. So we've got to step 2. We've laminated our product. We've understood what we're going to be mounting it to. It then leaves step 3, which is to consider some of the other service requirements of the application in order to continue with the product selection process.